Hello again. I'm Marcus and I review stuff. And today I'm reviewing the song The Dark Sentencer by Coheed and Cambria. This comes as a request, so thank you for the request. If you would like to hear me review a song, please just leave a request in the comments. I have a very long list going, but I will definitely attempt to get to your song as quickly as I can. So, anyway, I've heard a little bit of Coheed on this channel, and so people are continuing to request it. Thank you for that, by the way. This one, I don't actually know when it was released, but it looks like on YouTube it was posted to YouTube back in 2018 as the official audio. So I'm guessing that's around the time when it came out. So I guess this is one of their newer ones. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but yeah, actually, I mean, I have I have the power of the internet in my hands. For some reason, I'm just asking rhetorical questions. Let's see. Coheed and Cambria, The Dark Sentencer. Let's see what Google says. Yeah, released 2018. So this is one of the newer songs. I wonder, so a lot of you have been telling me that the songs that I've listened to so far follow like this comic book, story that I had no idea. So I wonder if this one is also kind of in that same universe, or if it's maybe its own thing. I mean, I honestly don't really know. So kind of going in somewhat blind, and I really haven't heard, I hadn't really heard very much old Coheed and Cambria. I definitely haven't heard any new Coheed and Cambria. So this is very much like I said, a kind of a blind review here, right? A true reaction. So anyway, let's get to it. The Dark Sentencer, Coheed and Cambria. All right, go.
Space between the well and the knowing. Our story starts there. Well into our future, yet far beyond our past. In a romance between a pair of unheavenly creatures. The 5 houses of the Star Supremacy have privatized the detention zones of the galaxy. These planetary prison pits were assembled from the cracked worlds of the Great Crash. Which brings us to our stage, where the light must learn to love the black. The Dark Sentencer.
I think it's a continuation of the story. That's my guess here.
Access.
promise you won't let go. Where the blind truly can see. Hear my voice, eagerly to boldly die. Break on my knees. It's been my pleasure to serve your disease. Welcome home. Shed your skin and expose your bones. Take my hand and follow us into the black, so far that we can't get back. Welcome home. Welcome
Okay. Yeah, that was I think the best way to describe that is just epic. Honestly, that was epic. And I enjoyed it. Now that I know that the older albums that I was listening to are about some sort of like intergalactic conflict, a Star War, if you will. It kind of changes the way I approach this sort of song, and kind of changes the way I approach this band, really. So, sorry, stretching. Let's talk about this. I want to talk about the lyrics, because I'm kind of interested in what he's saying here. Let's see. Actually, wait, no. So here on I'm on their official official audio for YouTube. They put what they posted on YouTube. It says, "Years ago, chaos cut through this atmosphere. The fractured worlds that inhabit this space were once locked in a force of uncontrollable destruction. Gravity was lost, their planetary trajectories conjoined in one catastrophic collision, choking to remain viable, even as the dying glow of their cores peek through the cracks and scars of those impactful moments. Yet a gasp is a sign of life, and the planets that many might have cast off as annihilated space continued to show a pulse across the hopelessness. This discarded Earth is still very much alive and made profitable by the 5 houses of the star supremacy, an elite society who looked to the sky and saw potential in the wasted planets. The opportunistic approach could hardly be considered an act of empathy for the human condition, as the decision to convert the dying planets into private prisons meant another type of life sentence awaited those shipped off to the remote reaches. Here, the desolate and derelict would burn away slowly, trapped in a race to death with the very ground they stand on. In this space between the well and unknowing. Interesting. So I don't know what half of that shit means, but to me it sounds like there was a war, 2 planets collided, I guess, and were sort of destroyed and wasted. Now there's this other society that kind of sees these wasted planets and sees some potential in them. However, I guess their seeing of that potential is not necessarily out of good faith. It's more, as they said, decision to convert the dying planets into private prisons. So maybe it's not the best. Our story starts there, into our future, yet far beyond our past, in a romance between a pair of unheavenly creatures. Weaving through the blacked out space toward the freckling of cracked planets, the gavel moved like a funeral procession. In many ways, it was the end of life for the 2 prisoners being transported within its unmitigable walls to the most deplorable and prized of the doomed prisons, known simply as the Dark Sentencer. So the Dark Sentencer is the most deplorable of the prisons. Yeah, but yet most prized. Interesting. I really want to read whatever the hell this is based off of. So I'm curious, and someone can hopefully help me out here. Did I guess the musicians of Coheed and Cambria write this comic book and then make music to go along with it? Or do they just really love these stories and they're therefore making music to go along with it? Someone please let me know, and I'm sure I could Google it, but I'm sure many of you already kind of know the answer. And we'll very quickly comment on which one it is. So anyway, here are the actual lyrics. Here, emotions behold, you've entered a hell where the devil is made of gold. So I'm guessing that, it was talking about those 2 prisoners, and I'm assuming those are like the protagonists or main characters, right? So they're entering this prison, and it's a hell, and the devil is made of gold. So they said it was the most prized prison. So I wonder if there's still money flowing through here, right? Even for the prisoners. So please don't run your mouth. The questions before have no place in this haunted house. So it's like, keep your mouth shut. Kind of like it would be like in a real prison, right? Like keep your mouth shut. All the questions, everything you knew outside of this prison doesn't matter right in here, inside the prison. Reveal your selfish pleasure one more time around for good measure. In the answer you hold, time would be better off if our souls had been sold. Interesting. So I think he's saying here, we would have been better off if we had straight up been sold into slavery or killed or something, right? Instead of having to go to this hellhole of a prison. Here where the light only dies to remember, in the place where the blind truly can see. So it's dark, it's hidden away from, it's like this desolate planet, I guess, that they have this prison on. So hear my voice, dearly departed, I beg on my knees, it's been my pleasure to serve your disease. Welcome home, shed your skin, and expose your bones. Take my hand and follow us into the black, so far that we can't get back. So I guess it's like, hey, you're part of us now, maybe? I'm not sure what exactly he's saying here. I think this person is crying out to those who, I guess, died, and beg on your knees, it's been my pleasure to serve your disease. So I guess this person, they're probably in jail for their war crimes, just based on what I'm gathering from this music so far. But it was his pleasure to serve, I guess, that force. Again, my interpretation, I have no idea. Here, dig me a grave and toss in the lives that you can't be bothered to save. Interesting, yeah. Dig me a grave. And that's such a poetic line, too. Dig me a grave and toss in the lives that you can't be bothered to save. With their blood on your hands, you enjoy the sun while you shit in the purest sand. Kiss your lover with that filthy mouth, you fucking monster. Jesus. So I wonder if this is maybe another prisoner talking to the newly arrived people. It's like, hey, maybe they were on opposite sides of the war, and it was just like, the blood is on your hands. You got to enjoy the nice part of it while we were in here, and and now you're joining us, I guess. I'm not really sure. Here, as evil now gropes, it's hard. It's caught us off guard, with its hands reached out for our throats. Here as evil now gropes, it's caught us off guard with the hands reaching for our throats. There's no telling when the truth is clear, pay it no mind. Lines were drawn for us for all sides. There's no telling when the truth is clear, pay it no mind. In the afterglow, echoes of time unfold. Give me your word, my dear, and promise you won't let go. It's a shame, I fear, from end to start, we walked their lines born to play the fucking part. End to start, we walked their lines born to play the fucking part. I fear we got all we had wanted. Close your eyes and believe it didn't happen. Now shut your mouth beyond your lies. A world knows to stay away from you. The blood you let run, they march as you lead. We laugh in the sun. Maybe that's all we need. So it sounds like maybe he's mentioning how, I guess, maybe through the war, they were on top of the world. They were the victors, but now they are being punished along with the victims that they had sort of conquered. Kind of what I'm getting from it, but again, I haven't read any of the material that goes along with this. I honestly could not tell you if I'm right or wrong here. I'm sorry you can't escape. Here where the light only dies to remember, in the place where the blind truly can't see. So yeah, and I get that last part. Like, you cannot escape this prison, this hell that you've kind of found yourself in. You're stuck here. You're stuck here, and it is what it is. So man, it's really interesting. Oh shit, May 5th, Coheed and Cambria in Austin, Texas. May 6th, San Antonio. I think I know what I'm going to be doing May 5th and 6th now, so that's pretty cool. And then Alter Bridge and Corpus in May 21st, I think it was. May's going to be a fun month. I think I might try to go see Coheed, because, man, it's pretty good. Anyway, sorry. I just scrolled down. It was on their YouTube shit, so. Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm going to have to go find out where I can read more about this. I'm gonna do some Googling after this, or some of you guys can maybe help enlighten me in the comments or something. But man, lyrically, first of all, even regardless of the graphic novel or comics or whatever where they get their material, they just have a very poetic way of writing. Like, so many of these lines are so intricate and detailed. Even that first paragraph that I had read that kind of gave me a synopsis of this song was very just poetic in nature, and the language they used was very almost difficult to understand in some parts. And so I obviously think that's on purpose. These guys are probably huge fucking nerds just like me. I say that with all the endearment. I very regularly call myself a huge fucking nerd, because I am. And so I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. I have written plenty of D&D campaigns that I've run with my friends. I have so many D&D characters constantly in my head. Like, I am nerd supreme. And so it's like, I had no idea that Coheed and Cambria was like a super nerdy band. So I'm totally into it. Like, reading these lyrics and thinking about them, I can almost picture it, and I'm really interested. I'm like 100% like authentically interested in reading the material that goes along with this, because it seems like it's right up my alley. So wow, lyrically, hey, 2 thumbs up. I'm down with it. It really fits my nerdy, geeky vibe that I've kind of always had. So man, I just wish I would have realized this band sooner, because I've always been a nerd, like I said, and I would have probably loved to get in this. And speaking of D&D, I would love to sort of play some sort of tabletop role-playing game based off of this stuff, because it, just from what I've read and from what you guys have told me in the comments, it does seem very interesting. So yeah, there's that. Instrumentally, I loved that beautiful piano at the beginning. That's what really stood out to me at first. And then some sounds kind of came in, and I wasn't really sure. So at first I was like, is this going to be a really slow song? I'm down with it. I want to hear what they got. So I really like the piano part at the beginning. And they brought in some Trigun sounds. I don't know if you guys ever watched Trigun, but the sounds there at the beginning kind of reminded me of when Vash is doing something crazy. But there was that, and then the guy just talking. I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Is Claudio still around? Because that dude can sing. I'm waiting for him to come in. But I was down with it. And with the image that you can see here in the background, that really kind of went along well with it. So I was kind of waiting to see what would happen there. And then once he started singing, my boy Claudio, man, he sounds great as always. I mean, what is this, 15 years later since like Flavor House Atlantic and songs like that, and dude still sounds so amazing. Really, really just so good. The guitar work was really good. There was a really nice guitar solo in there that I really appreciated. I liked the kind of choral hey chanting, so it kind of really goes along with this sort of, maybe I can see it like maybe in a prison where they're chanting along. Kind of makes me think of like The Dark Knight Rises or something like that, right? So I really liked all the pieces of this song, and when you put them together both instrumentally and vocally, I really enjoyed that. So hey, 2 thumbs up there as well. It took kind of a bit to get into it, but I liked overall everything that I heard here. As far as replayability, I definitely want to check out the written material that goes along with this, and I can see myself kind of reapproaching this song with that kind of refreshed understanding if I've read kind of the stuff that goes along with it. So really excited for that. It's definitely going to help increase it. But also Claudio's voice is just amazing. Even without the written material to go along with it, even without, I guess, a deeper understanding of the lyrics, I think the song still sounds great. And so, yeah, it's definitely going to go on the playlist. It's definitely going to be something that pops up every now and then. Oddly enough, my girlfriend loves Coheed and Cambria. It reminds her of her childhood, which I guess, her childhood, teenage years, And so, I get that. And so, like, she's like, wow, she's like, I hadn't heard Coheed and Cambria in years until you started playing them again. And I only started playing them again because I had started reviewing them on my channel. So that was a nice little surprise and kind of connection for us there. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys for this suggestion. I really like this one. As always, if you want to request a song, just leave a comment down below. I'll definitely be sure to get to it. I have a super, super long list going though, so it might be a while. Like what you request today may not be seen for a couple months, just so you know. If you like the music, please go support the artist. I'm going to do that by trying to see if I can get me some tickets to one of their shows, because that'd be great. And then, what was I saying? Yeah, you can also check out their music in my Spotify playlist. And, of course, if you want to support me, just do all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So, anyway, that's it for the video, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.